You've heard it, right? The claim that the blue whale's heart is the size of a car. It's an incredible image, one that really sticks with you. But is it true? Or is it just a bit of a fishtail? Today, we're going to find out. I mean, it's such a fantastic idea, isn't it? An organ so massive it could rival an automobile, it totally captures the imagination. But to get to the real story, we've got to peel back the layers of popular myth to find the scientific reality underneath. And to do that, we're not going to rely on cool-sounding analogies. No, we're diving straight into the hard data, the actual numbers from real scientific specimens and precise measurements. Okay, so this is the number you see everywhere, all over the internet. 600 kilograms. That's over 1,300 pounds. It's a totally astounding figure, and it's what really fuels that size of a car comparison. But, what does the actual science have to say about that? Oh, get this. The most famous, best-preserved blue whale heart that we have to study, it came from a whale that washed ashore in Newfoundland back in 2014. It weighed in at around 180 kilograms. Yeah, that's just under 400 pounds. Now, don't get me wrong, that is incredibly heavy, but it is a long, long way from that 600-kilogram myth. So let's just put this side by side for a second. Instead of thinking of a Volkswagen Beetle, you should really be picturing something more like a golf cart, maybe a bumper car at the fair. See? Still absolutely massive, for sure, but the comparison really matters. It's a perfect example of how an amazing fact can get just a little bit exaggerated over time until it becomes a legend. So, okay, even if it's not Beetle-sized, a 180-kilogram heart is still, by a huge margin, the largest on the entire planet. And that begs a pretty obvious question. Why? Why does it need to be so enormous? Well, the answer comes down to the simple, beautiful science of scale. It pretty much works like this. As an animal gets longer, its volume and its mass, its weight, they don't just get a little bigger, they grow exponentially. So, simply put, a body that gets a little bit longer requires a dramatically bigger engine to pump blood all the way through a creature that can weigh up to 200 tons. The heart has no choice but to keep up. And wow, what an engine it is. Structurally, it's a 4-chambered heart, just like yours and mine. But the performance? It's on a completely different level. We're talking hundreds of liters of blood moved with a single beat. And to save energy when they're on those deep dives, its heart rate can slow to an absolute crawl, sometimes beating just once every 10 seconds. It's a true masterpiece of biological engineering. So, we know why it's so big. Now let's tackle another one of those famous myths and, in the process, uncover a really key scientific idea that puts its incredible size into perfect perspective. I'm sure you've heard this one too, the idea that a person could literally swim through a blue whale's main artery, the aorta. It's just a wild, almost science fiction kind of image. But could it really happen? The short answer, no way. Absolutely not. The aorta is huge, yes, but it's not some hollow, rigid pipe. It's a flexible, muscular artery that is constantly pulsing with this powerful torrent of blood. So the popular image is pure fantasy. The reality is that it would be instantly fatal. And this all leads to a really fascinating paradox. In absolute terms, just sheer size, it is the biggest heart on the planet, no contest. But, and this is the cool part, relative to its massive body size, its heart is proportionately pretty much the same size as ours. It's not some crazy outlier. It's just a perfectly scaled-up version of the standard mammalian blueprint. Okay, so we've busted some myths and we've learned a bit of the science, but why does this one organ continue to capture our imagination so much? Well, it's because the story of the blue whale's heart teaches us a lot more than just biology. I mean, think about it for a second. This one organ is an invaluable scientific tool. It teaches us about the health of our oceans. It's a fantastic hook that gets people excited about science. It's also a great lesson in, checking the facts before you share something. But maybe most of all, it's a powerful symbol of the sheer majesty of these creatures and a stark reminder of why they so desperately need our protection. And that's really the power of it all. We started with just a simple question about a heart, and it's led us to biology, to critical thinking, and all the way to conservation. This single amazing fact becomes a gateway to much, much bigger conversations about the health of our entire planet. So, I'll leave you with this. The heart, whether it's the size of a golf cart or a car, is just one tiny piece of this magnificent animal. If we can be so captivated by just a single organ, imagine what we can learn and what we all stand to lose if we don't protect the whole whale.